Hello, my beautiful friends. This is DeVannonHubert with the Sex, Drugs, and Jesus podcast coming to you to talk to you about volunteering, self-deprecation, and living your life in service to others. In John, the 15th chapter, 13th verse, in the King James Version of the New Testament, it says, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." I look at volunteering, public service work, and different things of that nature as a form of unpaid public service work is a form of it's kind of like a death. You're laying down your life for somebody else. You're taking your very valuable time and choosing to invest it not in something that's serving you specifically, but just to help somebody else do better. It's hard to get volunteers. Agencies and nonprofits have struggled with this forever. From the time I was in the military, running volunteer organizations, to being a civilian doing the same thing, it is a bitch to get an adult to set aside, like, say, 1 hour a month to do something for somebody else. I've seen this across the United States and the different states that I've lived in. Child, like, with people who are close to me, the few, few who are left, it is a requirement that these people, as I'm refining the sort of people who I'm going to let get close to me, give a fuck about other people. So if I haven't seen them in a little while, you know how we tend to check up, girl, what you been up to? I don't want to hear, girl, you done slept with this person and you dating this person, or you made this much money. Miss me with that bullshit. That's stereotypical bullshit and so quite predictable and boring. Yawn. What I want to hear is what the fuck you've done for somebody else since the last time I've seen you, not how you've run from your issues and shit like that by all of these distractions that you've been doing. What have you done for somebody else? That is a key tenet and an absolute component to anybody who I have in my life. People's failure to give a fuck about community and other people is why happiness stays just outside of people's reach so often. Okay, because God did not design you to just live for yourself. We must learn to love other people and to care for other people just for the sake of caring for other people without expecting anything in return. I think about when I was in the military, I used to go and volunteer with this kid who had cancer, like, I don't know, 17-year-old teenager, maybe somewhere around there. And I watched him struggle with his bitterness and his anger. It was like being in prison. You imagine being a teenager when you should be out experiencing life, prom, having sex for the first time, all of this. Instead, he can't go outside, do anything like that. And I would sit there and play video games with him. And I watched him choose to be thankful. This kid would have probably traded anything just to have a few minutes of freedoms that we so often take for granted. Simple shit like feeling the wind on his skin, hearing the wind in the trees. These are luxuries this kid could not afford because he could not afford to walk outside that room and mix with society and die. I watch people use their physical strength that they have to go run, do all kinds of bullshit that does not profit them. Okay. And this kid is sitting there who can't go outside, grateful, positive attitude, choosing to be thankful. I watch people run around this world who can do anything and choosing to hold on to bitterness and resentment. These things, children, are not to be so. This kid had nothing and was grateful with what he had. There are people who have everything, to including a fully healthy body, strong enough to do whatever they want, and they have chosen to do bullshit with it. Okay, if I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you, but you know who you are. Okay, and this kid, he will always impress me. I pray to God he enables me to financially be able to do something for teenagers who are hospital ridden, because they have a special place in my heart after my experience I had with this kid. They really, really do. And this is because of that experience with him is a huge reason why I do not suffer ungrateful fucking adults. Okay, that have everything going for them and they're choosing to be negative and ungrateful. I will not have it. And it's like when you go and volunteer for somebody, it's like when you walk out of there. I've experienced this like every time. It's almost like you get refreshed. It's like heaven kisses you because God saw the sacrifice that you chose to go and do. They also see the evil things and the bullshit ass things you go to do too. And some of y'all could stand to throw in some self-deprecative things to balance the books that are before the Lamb, because everything we do is recorded. Some of y'all need to start getting some good shit written down because you know what the fuck you've been doing. Okay. But compare this feeling though, how I'm gonna say collectively we used to go and have those one night stands, do that stupid shit, because I know y'all coming up out of all of that. You know how you had that fleeting sense of satisfaction that was only skin deep and then it didn't last very long? It's not like that. When you do something for other people, it's like a refreshing wave of life that keeps on giving. When you do evil, it's like, what's the point? Because you're going to be happy today, but then you're going to have to pay for it in pain tomorrow. But when you do good, you're happy today and you're also happy tomorrow. You see the difference? But this is part of the illusion of the devil. He gives you temporary things, temporary pleasure that don't last, and it almost looks real. Like if you have two expensive handbags, only a trained eye can really tell which one is real and fake. The devil is that good. It's in mimicking joy and happiness. It's not true. It's like love versus infatuation and obsession. I speak in another episode about the inner child I'm about to release, about the subtle differences between those two. And I talk about this other guy who had cast a spell on me, and made me think that I had feelings for him when really he had performed witchcraft on me. Not the guy that I talk about, Rico, different dude that I had fucking forgot about until recently. Okay, and he did this, I think, by laying next to me. I talk in this episode about the way witches cast spells on people when they're laying next to them overnight. Watch who your fucking cuddle buddies are, bitch. Okay. Yeah, I talked about the shit they'll put in your house. In this episode, I talked about the things they do to you physically. And before you wake up, the evidence is gone. Watch who you sleeping next to. Um, and so look up volunteering. Look it up and be careful how you're spending your energy. Volunteering is like giving life. You give life, you get life back. If you've been involved in some weak ass shit where you're just siphoning energy off of people, you're taking life, but then life is going to be taken from you. You will get out whatever you put in every time. This cannot be changed. Any kind of gift you have can be used for volunteering. It does not fucking matter. Look at this volunteer photographer. Okay. Do you play video games? Okay. Like I was playing video games with that kid. Are you an artist? Can you give something away for free? Give something away for donations. You can volunteer online. Get creative. Yeah. I want you to use your money and your time, just like you use your money and your time to go date, find people to sleep with, and go travel the world and shit. Do both. I don't give a shit if it's not $5 a month to some organization. Bitch, do it. I give to prisoners. Louisiana books of prisoners every month. Okay. And do something to show heaven that you give a fuck about this world, and you can do something other than find ways to just do what the fuck you want. You're gonna always do what you want, but can you take a moment to give a fuck about somebody else too? Now, if you're already doing this, well, good on you. God bless you. And just be creative and try hard. Look up shit in your area and globally. I thought about coming up with a list for y'all. I was like, nah, y'all know how to go and do what the fuck you really want to do every time you want to do it. Put that same effort into giving a fuck about somebody else and watch God turn your life around. Because when you give life, you must give it in return. You must get it back in return. So here's my encouragement for you to volunteer or find some kind of way to give a fuck about the world intently and consistently so that you can finally be blessed.